Welcome to Kepa Live. Coming up this month, we have an update on the Kepa Conference 2017. I'll introduce you to the team from Asteron Life, Mark Frecklington, Trevor Longbottom and David Drillian, and we'll hear from Craig Walsh from Core Creative giving us some useful technology tips. Welcome guys, thanks so much for being with us today. We really do appreciate the time you've taken to be with us. Mark, I know that you've just recently done a roadshow throughout New Zealand, and just like to get a bit of an update as to some of the big announcements that Asteron made.
Thanks Jeff, yeah, and firstly nice to be with you today and have a chance to talk with the Kepa membership. But yeah, we have just been out on the road, 6 venues, 400 advisors, and it's always great to be out there doing that. So I guess the key messages was firstly obviously just to give the guys that attended an insight into our financial result for the year, and for Asteron Life to have contributed 40 million net profit after tax to the Suncorp New Zealand result was very, very powerful indeed. So we want to recognise the part that advisors had played in that, so we showed them some metrics around that, and that's always really important to include that component. But I guess the key message that we had was really following on from what we said and committed to at last year's roadshow, and that was to bring a digital solution to the onboarding of their new customers. When we said that last year, we said if we did it, we also committed to making sure that we'd drive efficiencies into advisors' businesses and efficiency, of course, into our business. So actually we're hugely optimistic about what we're taking to the New Zealand marketplace. It's been a massive piece of work for the Asteron Life business over the last few months. We're really confident that we've got it right, but as I always say, the advisors will be the judge of that. So Trevor Longbottom's going to talk very, very shortly about that and give a deeper insight into it, but it landed really well at the road shows. Obviously, we talk product. We always talk product on our road shows, and David Drillian will update on that very shortly. But he spoke a lot about what we've done around the legacy book to make it a lot easier to do business with our legacy clients and remove some of the frustrations. And he also painted a picture of the roadmap we've got going forward for the coming months, what we're looking to take to the market and some timelines around that. So following David, I spoke about the metrics that the advisors are influencing, and from the conversations that we've had a real focus on driving some of the sustainability metrics. So it's really good to share some of those, and I'll touch on one or two of those. But because it has played a big part in our success over the last 12 months, and I spoke a lot about the way we're looking to make sure that if we're doing things, it's building resilience into advisors' business models. And it has been fabulous over the last 12 months talking to advisors, and they've shown me what change is taking place in their particular business models. So to support that, we announced a remuneration initiative that we're taking to the market, so I'll touch on that a little bit later. So those were our key messages, and obviously we put a plug in for the latest advisor incentive that we have out there. So that kind of captured what we did. We spoke for about 65 to 70 minutes, and as I say, it was fabulous to be out there in the marketplace talking about what's been taking place in our business over the last few months and what we've got planned for the coming months.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Mark. Trevor, I understand that you've been the product owner of the Asteron Connect project. Can you give us an update on that, please?
Yeah, Jeff. As product owner, I've lived and breathed this thing together with the development team over the last 40 weeks. I think we're into our 40 weeks of development with a team of 40, and by the time we're finished, this will have a price tag north of 3 million. So we're really excited to be in a position to launch this at Roadshow. So it's a digital, as Mark mentioned, it's a digital online application and quote system. And what we've been able to launch and put in the hands of advisors today is the Asteron Connect quote. And that'll give advisors the immediate access to a quote application that's optimised for a mobile tablet, so it'll make it even easier for them to do a full illustration or amendments right there and then in front of their client. But I just really want to make the point is that this really is the first step in a journey to a new way of working with Asteron Life, and we want to set up and give the advantages to advisors of that straight through processing once online application comes available in November.
So it's November, the launch of the online application is November, a few weeks' time.
Yeah, so in a few short months' time, we're looking to launch the online application on the 13th of November.
Yep.
But we're really keen that advisors, get up and set up on the new quote system and log on, so that they really are ready to take advantage of straight-through processing as soon as it comes available.
So what do you see as being some of the major benefits to them using the Connect, Asteron Connect?
Yeah, look, Jeff, rather than me telling you about the benefits, I'd love to just show you a short video clip which will really give a whistle-stop tour through the key features.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think now, folks, we'd like to have a look at the video online from Asteron. So here we go.
Last year, we made a promise that we'd develop a new digital platform to help you process business in a much more efficient way. We asked you what you wanted, and you told us you were after a 24/7 experience, that you wanted it to go faster, have better communication, and be easy to use. You wanted speed, simplicity, and certainty. So over the past year, Asteron Life has been working with advisors and developers to create the ultimate user-friendly quote and application platform. And now, phase 1 is here. Introducing Asteron Connect, an easy-to-use digital life quotation platform with built-in underwriting capability. Asteron Connect significantly reduces the amount of time you'll need to spend on paperwork. Previously, you'd be waiting up to 8 days or more for approval of new policies. With Asteron Connect, straightforward policy applications will be able to be approved on the spot. We're also making approvals faster for more complex applications, so you won't be waiting around for weeks for a decision. Not only is this good for you, it's good for your customer. Asteron Connect has been optimized for tablets, so it's a truly mobile system. You'll be able to create a quote, and if your customer is happy with how it's looking, you can submit the application with them all in one meeting. It's also packed full of features such as helpful hint text during the quote, editable projections so you can specify the number of years you want to project and show the premium impact of stepped versus level across the life of the cover, an express booking system where you can pick the available time slot that suits your client, dynamic underwriting so you'll only be asked the relevant questions, and if you're accepted online, we won't need a signature from you. It's all electronic declarations. With straight-through processing and instantaneous confirmation, Asteron Connect will make your life simpler and quicker. Spend less time on paperwork and more on the things you want to do. Asteron Connect, making life easier.
Well, that looked absolutely awesome, team. Well done, Trevor. That's fantastic and a great innovation for the marketplace in New Zealand. Wow, that really is impressive. Now, there are other systems in the marketplace that are pretty similar, aren't there? So what's the big advantages with Asteron Connect?
Yeah, look, Jeff, I mean, we're aware that there are some systems out there, that have been around for a while, but we're really confident that this platform, which has got a really modern interface and it's optimized for a tablet device, really is going to make it simpler, faster and easier for advisors to work together with their clients, right at that point of sale. And I think, the real, once application comes online, it's really going to give that advantage. I mean, no longer will advisors and customers need to lose the will to live while they wade through 24 pages of paper. This is very much designed to be a click and point, or point and click experience, and it's got a dynamic questioning process, which means that the advisors and clients will only see the questions that are relevant to the client, the covers proposed, and to the answers that the customer gives. And in addition to that, it's really going to speed up the process, the new business process, in that submitting an application will load it straight into the new business front end, and either give an immediate acceptance or be straight into the underwriter's inbox. So the advisor will be able to give the client confirmation there and then as to where their business is at. And I think one of the key advantages is that there's no need to have a client signature. It'll all be done on electronic endorsement declarations, and that's really going to make a big difference in that the whole thing can be done on screen, maximising the speed and efficiency of getting the business on the books.
Oh, that's spectacular. Well done. That's fantastic, team. David is head of product. What did you announce on the product front during the roadshow just recently conducted?
Well, thanks, Jeff. The Asteron Connect project has absorbed a lot of the IT resources that we'd normally dedicate to developing product. And that's absolutely the right thing for us to do at this time, but it gave us a chance to have a look at some of our legacy products and to think about our future plans. I think when advisors are dealing with legacy products, it's just a real pain for everybody where they have to do complex transfers and restructures simply because all the modern bells and whistles aren't available on the old products. So we've managed to add a few more options onto our legacy Smart Life series. We've added a level to age 70 on all the lump sum benefits, and that's one of our most popular options on the current range. We've added some level options on income protection. All the level options that are available on personal insurance are now available on that Smart Life series. And we've added a redundancy benefit and a specific injury benefit to the Smart Life series income protection.
Gosh, you boys have been busy back there at the factory. Fantastic benefits to existing clients, but I also understand you, to term one of Trevor's terminologies, you've lifted the skirt on future developments.
Yeah, we have. We took a bit of a fresh approach to looking at our future plans this time around. We asked ourselves, what are all the things that we've wanted to do but we haven't for one reason or another, and what are all the things that advisors have been asking for that we've shied away from? And we came up with a few crazy ideas that are a bit out there, but actually most of it was quite doable. And we came up with 3 themes. First is supercharge mortgage and rent cover. Next one is back and front with level. And the last one was a point of difference with trauma. And the funny thing is, these are the things that made us famous in the past. I think our competitors have caught up with us a bit. We've got lots of new ideas and we're really out to reclaim our turf.
Oh, that's fantastic, David. Well done to you and the team. Mark, back to you. I know that in the past you've been very proud of Asteron's life's retention levels. Where are they currently sitting? How are you tracking along those lines?
Yeah, we are, Jeff, and we've maintained our differential out there in the market. So I think at the last industry stats that came out, 12.2 was the market average for discontinuance. So ours is sitting at 9.7. So a marked difference when you look at that at 2.5 differential. We're hugely proud of that, and spoke about some of the other metrics that were in play, particularly around the choice of commission models that advisors are starting to take with us now. We spoke a little bit about the percentage of business we're now attracting on level premiums, so that's up close to 30% now. So it's a combination of those things that are working really nice for us as we start to drive some of the metrics we want around sustainability.
Yeah, so I know that your split and level commissions have added considerably to that rate.
Yeah.
And you've just said that. How big a part does the commission actually play to it? Your spread and level commission, does that obviously pull the right levers as well?
Yeah, very much it does. So we're attracting our new business pretty much on a 50-50 split between upfront or spread and level. So that's a nice space to be in.
Yeah.
And when we look at some of the persistency around the products that have gone on under spread commission models versus upfront, it is starting to show a pattern of a stronger outcome. And as I said before when I opened, it's all very well talking about our business, but the true measure is what's it doing for advisors' businesses. And we're starting to see that resilience be built in through the recurring income. And we do a lot of modelling around that, and we had a really nice example at the roadshow that the BDMs can share with guys that didn't get to our roadshow. But really what flowed from that was if it's good for our business and we believe it's good for advisors' businesses, then we wanted to do something to make sure that we continue that journey of transition. So we did announce a commission incentive to help advisors make that transition, and so they could reconfigure their back office to make the change. So with our spread commission model, we lifted the year one commission from 130% with a 20% renewal to 150 with a 20% renewal. And for our level option, we increased the year one earnings from 80% to 100% with a 30% ongoing.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it landed really well. And that really reintroduces an initiative that we had in play in 2016. But I guess the thing that we may not have done well enough then was we didn't give advisors enough certainty about making a change. It's all very well talking about what we want to drive within our business. So we announced that this time that to give a bit more certainty so advisors could consider making the transition, we said if they're prepared to lock their business in to either a spread or a level option, that we would make those increases right through to the end of 2018.
Wow.
So the initial feedback, and as I say, we've only just come off the road in the last day or so. The initial feedback's been really positive around that, so we're looking forward to guys making a call around it.
That's excellent. And you said earlier on that you'd just announced the new Excelsior incentive.
Yep.
So give us the details on that.
Yeah, well, we try and make sure that we get a destination that's really excites the guys. So our key destination is Morocco. We're pretty excited about that, and we will truly be able to create a unique and memorable experience. And at our qualification levels, they haven't changed from the current year. So 90,000 premium for one ticket, 130,000 for two. We have that kicker in for guys that are prepared to take a spread commission model. So we're pretty excited about that, and I think, as you know from our discussions, that if we take guys out of their business, we've got to put something back in. So we'll add in an educational component that really adds something to the advisor's business, apart from just the recognition side of it. So we're pretty excited about the choice of destination. It seems to land pretty well.
Yeah. Morocco is an exciting place to go. So, hey, thanks guys. We really do appreciate the time you've taken to be with us today and give us those updates. There's some really exciting things happening at Asteron Life. So thank you, folks. We'd now like to move to Craig from Core Creative, and Craig's going to give us an update on some technology tips. Welcome, Craig.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Look, smartphones have replaced so many devices in our lives that there just doesn't seem to be a limit to this trend. So here's a few tips. So tip number 5, if your phone battery is running low and you don't have much time to wait, the airplane mode is your best option. Your battery will charge much faster than usual. And here's tip number 4, deleting a text. No, you don't have to hold down backspace. Simply shake your device and instantly delete all the text that you've just typed. Tip number 3, network improvement. This neat little trick will help your iPhone users improve the network connection if their coverage isn't great. So simply type in the combination *3370# to get improved voice quality for your conversation. Tip number 2, don't keep your laptop plugged in 24/7. Technically, you can't overcharge your laptop, however the microcontroller that keeps the battery from overcharging can be damaged. And tip number 1, shut down your laptop regularly. Do not leave your laptop running. If you don't use it during the day, the non-stop work will wear out the hard drive and damages the cooling system as well. If you use the device several times a day, use the sleep mode. Have a great month, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Craig. There were some awesome tips amongst that lot today. We really do appreciate the work you're doing with our members. Well, Kepa Conference 2017. Everything's all locked and loaded and ready to go. The venue is the spectacular Wairaki Resort at Lake Taupo, and the dates are the 2nd and 3rd of November. We've had just over 150 registrations to date to conference, and everything is looking really good for us to get going at conference and have a really great time. Our keynote speaker from the USA, Sam Richter, has been in regular contact with us, and Sam is saying he's really looking forward to being with us also. Please have a look at the video clip now to have a look at one of Sam's sessions from the USA.
The internet has changed the way we do our business because our prospects don't need us to take them out for lunch. They don't need to learn about us because they have the ability to go online and search on us. So if our prospects, if our buyers have buyer's intelligence, what are you doing to know the other person before you walk in the room? People do business with people who they like, who they trust, who provide value. And it's the accumulation of little things that prove to the other person that you can connect with them. It's about asking great questions so you can engage in meaningful and authentic dialogue and really show the other person that you care. You know, a lot of people think that I'm that Google guy. I'm going to come in and teach you how to use the internet. And that's true. I am going to teach you how to use the tools you already use every day. I'm going to introduce you to the invisible web, websites that you've never even heard of. But it's the why that's most important. What percentage of the free and publicly accessible internet do you think Google even gets to? 5? Who said 5? I heard 5 over here. You're wrong, by the way. It's not 5%. You look like a nice guy. I wanted to give you
15 years of being an event manager, hands down one of the best sessions I've ever attended.
There are billions of files that people post online. Sometimes they're secure, sometimes they're not, if you know how to find them. How do you find documents and files? You use what's called a file type colon search. And without ever clicking on a link, what do I learn? Deb donates to Minneapolis Jewish Family Children's Service, Tomator of Minneapolis, the Jewish Day School, and Bethel Synagogue. Why do I care? Because if I'm meeting with Deb on December 21st, what do I not say? Merry Christmas, okay? It's a little thing. Now, am I gonna lose the business if I say Merry Christmas? No. She's looking at 3 other people. I walk in and I say Happy Hanukkah, and it just puts me a little bit higher. If somebody gave you that information, do you think you'd ask better questions? Do you think you'd connect on a personal level? That's the power of this stuff.
That clip from Sam was absolutely awesome and great feedback. Well, that's all from us this month. Thanks for being with us, and we hope to see you at conference Wairaki in November. Bye for now.